The God of the Old Testament often seems harsh: floods, fire, judgment. But is that the whole story? What if we've missed something crucial, hidden in plain sight? Here's a surprising fact. God is described as loving 310 times in the Old Testament. That's not a footnote. It's a chorus echoing through the prophets, psalms, and histories. This number challenges our assumptions. If love is so central, why do we focus only on the difficult passages? Maybe the problem isn't the text, but the lens we use to read it. We're separated by thousands of years and vast cultural distance. To understand, we must see the world as they did, learn their language of ideas. 310 isn't just a statistic, it's a signpost pointing to a deeper truth. Love was never an afterthought. It was the starting point, waiting for us to rediscover it. This is our first clue in the great mystery. To grasp Old Testament laws, picture the ancient Near East, a world of brutal, escalating revenge. Justice meant retaliation, harm for harm, often worse. Enter Israel's laws. At first glance, an eye for an eye seems harsh, but it was actually a limit, not a license for revenge, a radical idea for its time. The law protected the vulnerable, not just the powerful. It commanded care for the poor, justice for the foreigner, and compassion for the oppressed. This was revolutionary, a blueprint for a society built on shared responsibility. The law wasn't just about prohibitions, it was about building a compassionate community. Even the weakest had value and protection. In a world of power and retribution, this was a radical form of love. The Old Testament law was a massive step forward in human ethics. It set Israel apart from its neighbors. Love, expressed through law, was at its core. Humanity's understanding of God didn't appear fully formed, it grew over time. The Old Testament is a record of this journey from primitive justice to deeper love. Imagine a timeline early on. The light is dim, morality is basic, survival-driven. With each generation, the light grows brighter. Abraham learns faith, Moses brings new ethics, prophets speak of mercy. God doesn't change, but our understanding does. The Old Testament captures this real-time growth, struggles, misunderstandings, moments of clarity. It's a story of relationship developing over centuries. God patiently leads people from primitive justice to profound love. Difficult passages are snapshots from an earlier time, not the final word. The story is moving forward, the light getting brighter. This progression is key. The Old Testament is a dynamic story of discovery, not a static rulebook. Understanding this helps us read it with new eyes. The journey is as important as the destination. How can a loving God also demand justice? The answer for Christians is found at the cross. Here, justice and mercy meet in a powerful, mysterious way. The law demands consequences for wrongdoing. Justice must be served. But at the cross, God takes the consequence upon himself. Justice is not ignored, it's fulfilled in the person of Jesus. Mercy is given, but it's not cheap. It comes at infinite cost. The cross isn't justice defeating mercy or vice versa, it's both, held in perfect unity. This is the ultimate revelation of God's character. God's love isn't sentimental, it confronts evil and injustice head-on. His justice isn't cold, it's driven by a desire to restore and heal. The cross shows that God's justice is what his love looks like in a broken world. It's the brightest light on the timeline. Here we see the heart of God fully revealed. This journey through the Old Testament leads us to our own lives. God's love and justice aren't just ancient ideas, they shape how we live today. The Bible isn't about an angry God who became loving, but about humanity slowly discovering a love that was always there. This love takes justice seriously, but is willing to pay the price to forgive and restore. We're called to live in that same tension, people of both justice and mercy. If we've received such mercy, how can we not extend it? If justice was satisfied at such cost, how can we not pursue it for others? The question is personal. Where do you see the need for both justice and mercy to meet in your life? How will you live out this beautiful, challenging balance today?